today is, thank you all for being here, taking the time to learn a little bit more about what we're doing. Our intention today is to really share how to incorporate this superfoods lifestyle into your whole family's life. So I'm just going to introduce Naomi, who is just won the Million Mom Movement Scholarship. And she is one of my brand partners, one of my dear friends. She's just like one of those people that is always super positive and has just been an amazing cheerleader since our kids were 3, I think, little. But yeah, I'm going to give it away to Naomi. She's a mom on a mission, and here she is.
Thank you, Bethany, so much. I want to thank everybody for joining us today and sharing about this amazing superfood company that my friend Bethany shared with me. And I'm trying not to get so emotional, but this, when we think about people, we don't know what they're going through in their life. And we have this amazing company that we have, sorry, that we have this amazing company that we need to share. And I'll tell you why. Because I worked for the #1 GMO company in the whole entire world. You may have seen this on your family's table. You may have seen this when you traveled around the world. And you may not known that when you drank this drink, that it was hurting your gut. And I sold for this company, and I've worked and I've went to many school districts, many colleges, many health and hospitals, and I was the #1 in sales of beating the competition. After I had my children, I said to myself, I need to be with a better company. I need to be with a company that aligns with my values. I need to be a company that is doing something amazing in this world. And that's when I started to learn about health and wellness for children and for myself. And after my second child, I stopped working for that company because it wasn't aligning with my values. And I prayed every single day, please God, help me find a company that's doing right for the planet, that is getting the best nutrients for my family, that I feel good about, selling about, or just even good about talking about. Because when we love something, we love to share it. And that's when Bethany introduced me to this superfood company. It aligned with all of my values. It aligned with all of my purpose. And she told me about the Million Mom movement. And the people in the Million Mom movement are very supportive. It is a committee where it starts to help you bring in a stream of income for your family, but also helps you to nourish your family and teach you about nutrition. And the pledge really got to me. And I'm going to just share it very quick with you. It says, I pledge to defend the health of my family and myself. I pledge to reject GMOs, artificial ingredients, trans fats, and over-processed food. That is me. I pledge to educate myself, read labels, lead by example. That is me. I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health of future generations, and I am committed to sharing this mission until we are 1 million moms strong. And this whole thing, I saw this, I said, I need this in my life. The company not only has an amazing support system, the people are very supportive, but they are doing something amazing for the planet. I have been plant-based for 3 years, and I've known, when you become different and you're a different lens when you don't eat animal products, and that is a choice that I have made 3 years ago. You see different things in a different way. And I said, I need to be with a company that is doing something for the planet. And this is what this company is doing. They are changing their packaging to make it compostable for our planet, better for our planet, something that we need tremendously in our life. That is changing. These products right here are made by hemp. It's like so amazing. And my purpose now is real. My purpose in life is to share this product, and my children are actually my cheerleaders. I am sitting here and my children are like, Mama, you got to sue somebody to buy superfoods. Mama, you're so awesome. Mama, they're eating plants. Those are my kids. Those are my kids. Working for the #1 GMO company world, nobody was cheering me on. But guess what? My kids are cheering me on. They're saying, you can do it. And I am so grateful for that. Now I have a lot of energy. I have purpose. I have better sleep because now I am eating the nutrient food. I was vegan, but when you're vegan, doesn't mean that you're getting all the nutrients that you need in your body. And also, I'm a mom, and a mom for mothers, I don't know if you could relate. Raise your hand, please. If you give me a 1, if you can relate to this, we are putting everybody else first. We're putting our husband, our kids first before we're even nourishing ourselves. We have to nourish ourselves first. One amazing mother told me, she said, and I didn't listen to her. She said, feed yourself first before you feed your children. And this is what I'm doing. I feed myself first, and then I feed my kids. 1, 2, 3, shaking up, and I'm getting all my nutrients right here. And I'm just so grateful now, out of all these years that I've been struggling and praying to find a company that aligns with my purpose, but also I'm getting a paycheck. I am getting money that is very much needed, especially during a pandemic. I homeschool my children. I get to talk to amazing people virtually every single day, and who is helping me be the best person that I can be for myself and for my children. And I want to thank you, Bethany, so much for sharing that, because if it wasn't for somebody to share this, then where would I be? I would be with no money. I would still be saying, when am I going to get a job? There's no daycares. The whole world doesn't have school. The whole world doesn't have daycares. But please share this Million Mom movement with somebody who needs help and who's ready to be a partner with you to help nourish their family and bring in a streamline of business and income for them. Please share that. I love you guys. I thank you so much for you listening to me. And just one more thing, you see this lady's right here? See this hair? I don't know how many moms postpartum hairs you guys got, but this is growing, and I'm so happy that this is growing, and I'm being beautiful now. I am saying to myself, I am beautiful because I am being nourished, I'm happy, and I see a glow in myself. So thank you, ladies. I love you. And we're on to the next person. I love all of you.
All right. Okay. That was awesome, Naomi. I got the chills, and just like when you said, it just takes that one person to share it. And, that one person for me was Rachel, who's on the call and we'll hear from later, but she is the person that I spoke to and who had, gone from, well, I'll let her tell her story, but one of the things was Hashimotos. So I'm a mother. Naomi and our youngest went to school together, and that's how we met years ago. And we just instantly, obviously we're friends, and just sent our kids to school together, and we trusted each other from the day we met, and I knew it would be a long-lasting relationship. So thank you for sharing that heartfelt story, and I'm really happy that you're here. So I'm going to go over a lot of different things, but first I'm going to just share a little bit about myself and kind of just go over my story. So in 2016, 4 months after my second child was born, I had already had a thyroid imbalance. My T3 levels were not normal. So it's about hypothyroidism was on the rise, and I had developed Hashimotos as well. I had skin rashes on this side of my arm. I had psoriasis patches like here on my back and my head. I was exhausted. I had lost my mother. I had just like crazy fatigue. I was like postpartum depression. It was just, just going through like everything all at once, right? I'm sure how many of us have had everything all at once and will probably continue to have those moments in life where it's just, so I might get all emotional too, but, so 4 months after my daughter was born, I ended up in the hospital with an emergency appendectomy, and that was it. I was like, okay, after everything, I'm like, my body is just like, hello, something has got to change, like, and so I decided then that I was going to try the superfoods. I had spoke to a friend, Rachel, about a month before. I was thinking about it. My doctors wanted me to go on medications and everything because I had all the symptoms that go along with any thyroid and autoimmune disease. And I really needed to function in life because that was not happening. And I wasn't even really feeling like I could see well. So after I came home from the hospital, I decided to do it. And luckily my husband did it with me, because the first month I would detox like crazy and I was just like, blah. And my husband was flying. He was like, this is amazing. And I was just mad at him. It's like, great, but thank goodness you're doing this with me, because it gives me hope, because it's just like, how can we be having such opposite experiences? But after the second month, I was like, I went from seeing in black and white to color. I started to regain energy. I started to just feel better. And at that point, I was getting my blood work every 3 months. So 3 months after doing the Core 4, after doing my accelerated ULT, my thyroid hormones balanced out, like amazing. And then within 6 months, my antibodies for my Hashimotos started to decrease. So with all that, all my symptoms were decreasing as well. And then I continued on with the Core 4, and I did the accelerated ULT 4 times a year, every season. And it took me 18 months, but I was able to get my Hashimoto's into full remission. I have like beautiful skin, I have energy. I'm working out 5 days a week. I have like completely transformed my life. It's 4 years later now. 4 years in April will be my anniversary of being on superfoods and with this company that has just transformed my life. I have the chills all over my body. So that is like the quick version of, how it's transformed my life and my family's life. And I just want to quick kind of go over what our baseline nutrition is, what the Core 4 is, like what I'm talking about, because, and what has given me this feeling, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. So we have what we call the Core 4, and our baseline nutrition, it gives you all your servings of greens, all your servings of fruit, your protein, your amino acids, the thing that your every single cell needs, the building blocks for every single cell in your body to function at its most optimal level, right? That's what the Core 4 allows you to feel like you are getting your baseline nutrition. So the Core 4 starts out with our super aminos, which are our protein, right? This is a pre-digested within 23 minutes. It's into your bloodstream. It's amazing. It's muscle building without exercising. It balances out your cerebral spinal fluid. I mean, it's the building blocks to everything. And it's 8 out of the 9 essential amino acids that you're probably not getting in the proteins that you're eating every single day. So I always literally like wake up as a mom. Oh my goodness. Take 5 of them. It's equivalent of about 12 grams of protein. It's like having a hard-boiled egg, more than a hard-boiled egg, but like, and quality. And so I take this, I brush my teeth, and then I can get my kids going. And then once they're going, then, a couple hours later, I'll make myself a shake, the power shake, which is our greens. So this is like getting your 3 superfood salads in every day. I'm a mom too. I think we're all moms, right? But I don't have time to sit down and eat 16 servings of greens every day. And honestly, I don't have time to sit down and eat a nice big salad every day. So this is what I drink every single day. The highest quality green juice that you can have. Our company is super incredible in regards to, how we farm, how we get it from the farm to our location in California. and then how quickly it's harvested, and then how quickly it's processed. And processed meaning like it is dehydrated, juiced, and it's a high wind vortex system. There's no heat involved. It's the lowest temperatures. So you are preserving like the sun. Like I feel like I'm eating the sun. You get that superfood glow because it's you're getting the phytonutrients, you're getting your minerals, you're getting everything you need. And it's powerful. So the third part is our apothecary. This stuff is incredible. It is like our lady of the night. Some people take it in the daytime. Most people take it in the nighttime. My kids take this as well. So this is part of the core 4. My kids take the power shake. They can have the power shake. They can also take the apothecary, the children, right? So 1 or 2 tablespoons of this, you get all your servings of greens every single day. I mean, greens of fruit every single day. High in melatonin, natural melatonin, improves, deepens your sleep, right? Doubles your REM sleep cycle. This was amazing because when I was nursing my baby, at that time, when I first started 4 months, I was nursing all night long. Like she was sleeping next to me. I co-slept. She woke up, I rolled over, I nurse. And once I started taking this, I was able to go back to sleep quickly and easily. And it was just like, even though I was still nursing, I felt so rested. That was like one of the most incredible things at that time. And my milk was green from the power shake. And it was so sweet and yummy. I have to tell you, taste your milk. It is so good. All right. And then the fourth part of the core 4 is the Biomedic. This is the only product, I think, on the market that is clinically proven to detox glyphosate out of the body within 6 weeks, 75%, 4 a day. It's a pre and probiotic. And if you don't know about glyphosate, we can talk about that a little bit more later, but it is a chemical in Roundup. It is a pesticide, and it is found in the rainwater. It is found in our urine. It is found in breast tissue. We all have it. It's unavoidable. And so it just helps to detox that out of your system a little bit every single day. And because we're getting a little bit of it every single day. So that's the core 4 for adults. The super aminos, the power shake, the apothecary, and the Biomedic, right? And your children, my children at least, they can have the apothecary, they can have the power shake. And for their protein, we do the MVP Kids chocolate shake. And I just dump their capsule of Biomedic into the MVP shake. So that was what the core 4 is for the kids. And we do it every day together. I literally just came home from skiing for 2 days, and we had 12 shakes in 2 days, the 4 of us. And it was like, we're in a hotel, we're on the road, and we're at a ski lodge, which is like, French fries and chicken nuggets and just breadsticks and cheese and pizza and whatever. And so, we're shaking it up, having our watermelon, having our apple, and then we can go back out and ski, and it's like, I also thought I would be more sore than I am because I hadn't skied since last season, but that's another wonderful benefit of all of this. So that's the core 4. And I don't know, am I missing anything? You can let me know, any ladies here, if I have missed something. But I want to bring on Jillian, who I have just recently met. I don't know a lot about her. We're going to be getting to know each other more and more as she and I are both in this community together. I just know she's a lovely person, and she's a mom, and she's in Canada, and she's going to share with us, what her transformation.
Thanks, Bethany. It's so nice to be here. It's so nice to meet everybody. And I think that's been the biggest surprise for me since I started my own transformation, is that it comes with a community. What a nice surprise. It's not like anything you could find off a shelf in a store. You walk away and then you don't really know what to do with it. And in fact, it's quite the opposite. It just is this most beautiful place to land, and to have support through your whole program, and you're able to reach out to people, and you're just not alone. And that's really hard to find these days. I mean, let alone with COVID, but in the nutrition world too. So, so thank you. My story, I was spiraling, I was really feeling huge anxiety and depression creeping in. And I'm postpartum. When I started, I was postpartum about 17, 18 months. And I was yelling at my kids all the time. I was really snippy. I was short. I had like this immense amount of anxiety in my chest, and I felt like I was having a hard time breathing. And I was getting scared a little bit too, just because my thoughts were really unclear, and I was exhausted, like depleted, exhausted. I didn't even know which way to turn. And at that point, I reached out to my doctor, as you do, and he said, well, we can go down the antidepressant route. I've done that in the past. I really wasn't keen on doing it again, not because I have anything against it, just because I know my body doesn't always react well to it. And I knew it's a journey to find the right dose and all of that. And I thought, oh, and so then I had an appointment with a psychologist, and I talked to her, and just trying to find some tools and feeling pretty lost. And then it's funny how the world presents itself some days, because my really dear friend, Hannah, I could start crying, but I'm not going to. She, well, maybe I will, I don't know. She told her story, and it was a day I'll just never forget, because I put my daughter down to sleep, and she told me what she was doing on this live. Oh, God, I said I wouldn't do this. And it would, I remember putting my daughter down. I went and laid down on the couch because I was so burnt out, and I was like, this is so, I don't feel human right now. And then I was scrolling on Facebook, and then there Hannah came on and told me her story, and I haven't heard from her in years. She was one of my dear friends from Maui, and I'm listening to her going, what are you doing? Like, I literally just texting her, like, what are you doing? I need this because you sound like me. And so she reached out to me. She told me that she had suffered majorly with postpartum. Her story is really heartbreaking, actually, with a nice happy ending. But so I trusted her, and, I thought, well, I'm going to just try this. And I was nervous to invest in myself. It really scared me, actually, to do that, because as a mom, you always think that you should put your money towards your kids or your family. And I remember the day I walked up to my husband, and I sheepishly, like a tail between my legs, I built this up in my own head, but I said, I really want to try this, and it's works out to this much. And he's like, okay. And then we sat on it a day, and I came back, and then I said, I really want to do this. And he's like, okay, let's do it. And so what I didn't see coming is that it ended up being a family investment. Because as it turns out, when the mothership is working well, the whole family works well. And that's what I'm grateful for. I was so skeptical. I'm always believed that food heals. We're a fairly unprocessed family anyways. I do most of my own cooking. I love to cook. And so I was like, okay, well, will this really help? And it was around day 10 that I looked at my husband, and I walked up to him, and I could feel the shifts. Like, this was just starting. And I said to him, okay, do you notice anything? And he's looking at me like, and I said, I just feel different. I feel better. And he looked at me and goes, yeah, your energy's shifting. I was like, okay, it's not in my head. So then I went to my son a couple weeks in, and I said, hey, Elliot, do you notice any difference in mommy since I started drinking these shakes? Because that's what he sees, right? He goes, you don't really yell at me anymore. Oh my gosh. I don't. You're right. And you know what? It's true, because I found this way to parent again. I was all of a sudden not snapping and shutting my kids out with my own reactions. It was, I would get down to their level, and I would look them in the eye and just say, what's up? Let's talk about this. I think there's a different way. And that was just so huge. Like, I remember at times I was like, oh, is this what we're doing? Is this how we parent now? Like, I was like, who am I? But it was so welcome, and so those are the shifts. I felt my heart feeling softer. My anxiety was lifting. My brain fog was parting. I had more clarity. I somehow had more confidence. I had people walking up to me about 3 weeks in going, "What are you doing? Why do you look so good? Like your skin's glowing. What are you doing? Are you like," and I also lost a bit of weight, which I was just hanging on to from a baby weight. I didn't really care about it, to be honest. It was just kind of a nice added surprise. That's not why I went into it. And people are like, "What are you doing? I'm going to do that with you. What are you doing?" I'm like, "Okay, well, whoa, this is crazy that other people see this. It's not just me." So, and like there's so many subtle shifts with this thing. You know, you go in for a certain reason, right? And but mine was, what really shocked me is that I was waking up easier, even on sleepless nights. And then the crazy thing was my body pain was just starting to vanish. Like I spent about an hour on my back every day because I have a terrible back and I have to lay flat. And I'm down to about 5 minutes a day now. And I was at least an hour. And in the morning, I wake up and I feel good. So, you know, there's just, it's amazing when you forget what feeling good feels like. You know, we all have this, we think like we're coasting, we're good, we're living our lives, we're doing our thing. And then all of a sudden, when you shift into something that feels good, you go, "I feel good." My girlfriend just did it. She goes, "Jill, I'm downright cheerful. I didn't even know that I wasn't cheerful. I'm like vibrating at this other level." I walk into my work and I go, "You guys are down here and I'm up here right now. Like everybody's got enjoyment. Like let's raise the vibrations in this room." And this is from a friend who's typically very like, you know, coasting. I love it. So that's sort of, you know, that's in a nutshell, my story, but I'm really thankful to be here and share it because it is like I said this, I'm like, it's like I have a secret and this is so easy to implement in my life. And of course I'm going to share this. Who does not need this? It's life-changing and I've kept on it. Like I don't take it away from me. It is the easiest, fastest food you'll find. And it's, you know, it has just, every month that I've been continuing, I feel smaller, different shifts, but everything is moving in the right direction. And I'm so grateful to have found something and a community and a company that is ethical and it has integrity. It's just also, it all aligns. So thank you, Bethany, for having me.
Wow. Wow. The being on your back for an hour a day, like that chronic back pain is so debilitating. And that's really incredible. You get like, 7 hours at least back a week. That's like a lot of hours a month. That's like precious time, right? That's amazing. Thank you, Jillian, for sharing. Yeah. And speaking of like the happy meal, like that's what my family, we call it like the superfoods happy meal, because the core 4 is like $5 a day. So it's like, that's like the cheapest superfood happy meal, instead of going to, whatever fast food restaurant, McDonald's, and getting them, like chicken nuggets and fries that have, the fries have like 15 different illnesses that are connected to just the fries. So we learn about a lot of that in our family, and we kind of have created our own happy meal with these superfoods, and that's why we share them, right? We want to get as many healthy mamas, papas, and little ones as possible, right? To shift the trajectory of the way things are moving on this planet, and keep people in alignment. And that is definitely one of the biggest goals. So I want to introduce Rachel, who is the woman that I spoke to first, and has been such a guiding light in the last 4 years in this company, as a mentor, as a friend. And she was an Ayurvedic practitioner. She's a bodybuilder. She's a yogi. She's just super in so many ways. And she's going to share a little bit about our transformation process with these products and how sort of it works once you get them a little, and share her story. So come on, Rachel.
Thank you. Wow, I'm just so impressed with everyone's shares. It's just incredible. It's so uplifting. This is really what gives meaning to my life, is that I get to hear these stories all day long. I get people texting me all day long with incredible stories like this every day. And it's just so meaningful to me. So thank you all for sharing. I was cheered up. You've been hearing about the ULT, which stands for the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And This is a 30-day protocol that is designed with the core 4 products that Bethany explained. It's those products, and you do it in a certain way for 30 days. And that's how we start. Like, this is our start. We start with the 30-day transformation to really up-level our lives and get into an anabolic state. So most of us after age 25, we're in a catabolic state where the body's decaying, but we can actually put ourselves back into an anabolic state with this jump start, with this restart. And that's why Bethany had such profound results in her first month. She was doing the ULT. I was doing the ULT. I had profound results. Naomi's having profound results. Julie, these are all the result of starting with the ULT. And the maintenance is the daily core 4. This is just meant to be an ongoing way to give yourself daily detox and nourish. So the way to health is through detoxing and nourish. It's so simple. That's all we need to do is just detox and nourish. And that's what these products do. And that's why they're so effective. And then, like Bethany said, the other reason they're so effective is because of how they're made and the farms and how we harvest and how we rotate crops and how we compost, put compost down after each crop. So the integrity of the soil is so healthy, which then goes into the plants. And so these plants, maybe like, a bag of spinach from one farm is not the same as a bag of spinach from the other farm. So how we farm is integral to why this company's nutrients is so potent and incredibly pure. And I don't remember if anyone said that Dave Sandoval is actually Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner, who founded this company, are actually the ones who championed, like lobbied and got our entire US nation the USDA organic food label. So your story, Naomi, about working for a company that was like the #1 GMO food in the world, and then now you're working with a company that is the #1 champion against GMOs. It's like fighting the good fight, and that's what the Million Mom movement is all about. It's really all about educating and helping people overcome and change the system from one person, one family at a time. So the ultimate lifestyle transformation is, I'm just going to give you like kind of the basic idea. You have these core 4 products, and I usually recommend for most people they follow the acceleration program. There's 3 different protocols. You can follow either one. There's intermittent fasting, there's the daily, and then the daily nutrition, and then there's the acceleration, which is like there's a 10-day cleanse in it. So I'm going to describe the acceleration. You have 10 days of prep where you're taking the core 4 once a day. This is getting your body used to nutrition. And what this does is it begins to weed out cravings. So I always say there's 2 reasons why people struggle with changing their lifestyle, because I'm going to say that we all pretty much know what's healthy for us. Like, I think we all can agree, like a plate of greens is really good for us, right? Whether you eat meat or you're vegan, it's like a plate of greens is good for us. So we all know, like, we shouldn't probably be eating processed food, and, even if we're vegan, eating pizza, and, there's things that's like, there's still processed food, and it's really one thing to know I shouldn't be eating that, but to do it, to stop and to cut back on sugar and all the different things is really, really hard for most people. And so we make it really easy by giving you a protocol that, what does it do? It reduces cravings and it changes our habits, because it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. And so this is a schedule that is actually going to be easy to follow. And because the cravings are reduced, it becomes easier and easier to follow through the month. So the first 10 days is phase 1. You take the core 4 products once a day, and you can eat normally, right? And you're going to, towards the end, start to remove things. So towards the last few days, we start, if you, depending on what your diet is, you remove like processed foods. The whole time you're going to remove processed foods, but then the last 3 days you remove meat, dairy, and start reducing fats. And then the next 10 days, you're reducing grains, then you're removing grains. And so that's like a 10-day protocol, the cleanse. Now, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, we have a different protocol using the same exact products, but there's a different way that you do them. And so you can get that from whoever invited you. The third phase is the lifestyle. So this is really, then you're having the core 4 twice a day, the shakes twice a day with your super aminos, your biomedic, having your apothecary nightcap at night. And you get to have a clean green meal. And this is how I eat most of the time, but this is like how you do it during the last 10 days. So 2 shakes a day with your super aminos in between with snacks as fruits or vegetables. And then you have a clean green meal, whatever that is, throughout the day. It could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, doesn't matter. And then ongoing, you do the core 4. So then you can do the core 4 once a day, ongoing. And this is really just daily, like this will solve daily cravings. This will keep cravings at bay. This will keep your mouth alkaline. It'll keep your body alkaline, which then alkalizes your mouth. And then you crave alkaline foods. So now you've done this jumpstart, you've done this reset, you've done all this work. And now you get to just cruise with the daily core 4 products, which are meant for daily detox and nourish. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. I'm just doing like kind of giving you a simple version. There's also, like I said, there's also a, if you want to do an intermittent fasting version, it's still the same products, but you just do a different version. And then there's also the basic where you just do 2 shakes a day. You do the core 4 twice a day, basically through the whole month. And then at night, and then you have like a clean green meal once a day. So that's if you want to just do a basic, you don't want to cut out meals, and you don't want to do an acceleration or cleanse, that's totally fine. And that's probably good for athletes, because if you're an athlete, you're going to eat a little bit more. And so we have a protocol just for that. And that's what I do. So this is kind of my daily nutrition. And just to paint you a little picture of my story, I was sick for about 9 years with Hashimotos and autoimmune disorder of the thyroid, similar to Bethany. I struggled with adrenal fatigue. I struggled with brain fog, and I also had really poor digestion. And I was eating organic. I was vegan for most of the time. And then I was like, maybe I should be eating differently. I tried to experiment with different diets. Nothing really worked. And finally, I decided to do this. I found this. Somebody tagged me on Facebook, and I did this program. And instantly, within the first 7 days, in that acceleration period, that phase 2, within the first 7 days, all of my energy was back. I went from napping 5 times a day to not needing any naps. I had so much energy. I wanted to go to the gym. So I went to the gym. I started working out. So I wasn't a bodybuilder prior to this, but I became a bodybuilder as a result of having all this energy. And then someone said, like a while later, somebody said, you're always at the gym. Why don't you compete? And I just thought they were crazy. I still had body dysmorphia. I still imagined myself being overweight, but I had lost 25 pounds and through this nutrition. And I was like, okay, I'll just go on an adventure. What the heck? And to my deep surprise, I kind of thought maybe it'll be fun if I win 8th place, I'm just happy to go on the stage with all these ladies. Well, in my division, 40 and up, I won 1st place. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. I won 1st place. I can't believe it. And then I competed the same day in the open, which is 20 and up. And I won that too. I won 1st place in 20 and up. I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy. I'm like 44 years old going, yeah, baby. And then I continued on, and then, I competed for a couple more years. And then the last year I competed, I won the Pro Cup. So, and then my teacher, my mentor, my coach, who was 10 years older than I am, she won the following year because just following that, she said, I want my title back. Kind of jokingly, like, I want my title back. And so she was like, I'm going to do what you did. She did the superfood nutrition and she won 1st place. And then her dietitian said, I want to try this. And then she did the nutrition and then she won 1st place. So we have a legacy of Purium winners. I have to say, I'm very proud of that because I know that this nutrition helps us get fit and toned. Those super aminos are really incredible patented formula. And to me, it gives me the energy. I hesitate to say this, but when I first started, I actually thought I was like, this must be what it feels like to be on steroids because the energy is through the roof, but yet it's all natural. It's just vegan plant-based protein. How can that be? So I did this whole study and I ended up studying with the founder of the company. I did his month-long program. And as far as, where I was when I started, I forgot to mention that I was so sick, I was barely working. And I just, ended up joining this company thinking like, oh, this is something I can do. I was a wedding photographer. This is something that can be lighter. I can do it online. I could kind of see the writing on the wall. This will be easier for me. And I was also struggling with finances. And I thought, this is residual income. I thought this is great. I'd love to create residual income for myself. And so within a short period of time, I had replaced my wedding photography income. I didn't mention that I actually lived in my car for 4 months, by the way, just saying, okay, like, this is definitely where my start was living in my car. And then within a year, I was, up and running, replaced my wedding photography income. And I started, I went to the Philippines to meet my family because my father had died and I wanted to meet my brother and sisters. And my brothers and sister, I didn't know them yet. And they were destitute. And I was really shocked, sad, dismayed to see that. And so I decided to start supporting them. but I was trying to figure out the best way to support them, to empower them. And so I helped them build businesses. First I bought them teeth. My sister was like, wow, I have teeth. She was struggling with malnutrition. She had no teeth. And she was so excited to have teeth. She said, I can work now. Like, I have a pretty smile. And so that was so empowering for her. And then we built a nail salon onto her house. We did different things. My brother started a restaurant in his garage, in the bottom, of where he was living, his dwelling. And it was just incredible to support them. And I was able to put 3 of their children through college. My 2 nephews and my niece, or my niece and my 2 nephews. Hey, lady. And so she's going to another event right now. Hey.
I texted you the other.
Okay, love you. So anyway, long story short is my life has changed, transformed. I feel very empowered, by this company, by both the products and also the mission. And I feel like it's an incredible way for some people to earn extra income. It's an incredible, I think everyone deserves to have an online source of income. I think it's an amazing way to help others become healthy and then spread the mission. And so anyway, that's all I have to say about that. But I do want to tell you what the prices are, because I just realized I didn't mention that. So the cost of the ULT is $11 a day in the US. It's $16 a day in Canada. And this is for 2 meals a day, and that does include shipping and taxes. And this is for 2 meals a day for, 30 days. And this is going to be the majority of your food. I personally saved about $300 my first month when I did my ULT. And that was great, because living in my car was the cheapest way to have food. It was the most affordable way to live, being a homeless person. And I'm super grateful for that. And I took my showers at 24-hour fitness. That's how I got into working out. So anyway, I want to also just mention that Jill in Canada, even in Canada, she was saving $50 to $100 a month or a week on food. I remember her telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, 50 to 100. And I was buying this stuff anyways. So, all the powders and everything. So this just ended up being, the program actually works. I was buying all that stuff and I was like, okay, finally something doesn't make me bloated and all of that. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Super convenient. Yeah, I did forget to mention that my bloating totally disappeared. I got my digestion back, and my whole body, mind, body, and spirit changed. And I finally feel hopeful about the future. So anyhow, yeah, I think that's it for me. If I didn't cover anything, let me know, Bethany. But thank you so much for the opportunity to share my story.
Oh my goodness. I love that. I mean, from going in your car to like taking showers at 24-hour fitness to just transforming your whole life and what you've done for your family, like that is huge. Huge, 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 huge. Such a blessing. Thank you for sharing your story, Rachel. Love you. I don't really think that you missed anything. Oh my gosh, everybody's what?
I just realized I forgot to mention the smart orders and the points and the value of that. So let me just say that.
You did forget something.
Yes, I did. So okay. You can get a smart order, and that's like basically a monthly order, because with the Core 4 nutrition, I usually recommend that you get a smart order of the daily Core 4. And that gives you, by creating that order, you get 200 points towards free product. And then every time you order, you get double the dollars and points. So, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Pack, I didn't actually say the whole price, is usually it would be $429 retail, but whoever invited you has a gift code. So you can get $100 off. If you're in Canada, then it's $489, I think, is the total. So in the US, it's $329 total for, again, 2 meals a day for 30 days. So the smart order is, and then the smart order is going to also give you twice that in points. So you can start getting product free if you order monthly. It's kind of like a rewards program for flying, where you get a free flight. So I highly recommend that. And then knowing that product is coming to your door, it makes me have my shakes every day. Like, I don't forget, because I'm on a regimen. I'm doing 30 and 30. So it just keeps me on track having that order. And So if you want to check out the website, you can go to the website. If you want to go to iShopPurium.com, the product I recommend is the Variety Pack. So iShopPurium.com is where you order the Variety Pack. If you're in Europe, it's different. We'll guide you a different way through Europe. And then if you want to become an affiliate and actually have the opportunity to earn residual income and join the team, then you go to iSharePurium.com and click join. The product again I recommend is the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And at the end, it has to say variety pack. And that's going to give you all the different shakes to choose, different flavors. And this is just a great place to start for everyone to just, so you can kind of get to know like what you like. You can mix and match the different shakes too, which is really fun. So if you become an affiliate, you're going to go to isharepurium.com. You're going to click join on the upper right, and then you're going to click the launch pack. I think it's called the complimentary pack, and it's green. All I know is it's green. You click that one, and then that'll take you to the place where you can then order your shake. But get with the person who invited you. They're going to help you through this. And yeah, now I'm done.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody here who's here has a gift card, and you can get with whoever brought you here. We have a few more minutes. And so I don't know if anyone has any questions, wants to ask anything, you know, can come off mute and just ask away, or Naomi or Jillian.
I'll stop the recording and then we can have questions.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks everyone.